I'll be reacting to Harem in Labyrinth of Another World, episode 4's uncensored version. And I will be starting off my reaction in 1-0, go! Oh yeah, I'm stoked for this. Oh, I like the way her ears flap there. Although I wonder why they flap in that specific moment though. Unless our girl is subtly gonna want some 18 plus action with her boy. I mean, seems like that's a possibility going by the opening. And plus the title is, it's Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, and the series ain't hiding the fact that, sorry about the cough, y'all. And the series ain't being subtle about the fact that a boy wants to have some good old fun times with our gorgeous lady, like at all. Like it ain't being subtle about that. Speaking of which, this song right here, man, it's so dang cool. Oh man. I just love how like the opening isn't even subtle at all when it comes to like the fan service. Like not a single bit at all. Speaking of which, I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be dang surprised if this is the episode where you finally get to see 18 plus stuff going on. Because whenever an anime or a hentai you have like a human or a animalistic human or an animalistic type of creature have like those type of flaps, it usually means they're inclined of going to full on sex mode. I've seen 400 hentai and lots of ecchi to have a feeling of where this could potentially be going. Sure, friendly. I have a feeling he ain't gonna be able to suppress his urges for much longer. Whoa! Oh my! Oh, I thought for a second he was about to nacho dip inside of her pool of cheese for a second. Oh man! I don't know. She might be inclined to believing him though. Considering what our boy pulled off, she might be inclined to believe in almost anything that comes out of his mouth. Maybe. I like this. This explains more reasons as to why he would have wanted to buy someone like Roxanne. Because aside from, having someone where he can have some fun adult times with, he can also have someone that can be useful for him in combat and also someone that can give him a lot of information about the Isekai world. I mean, well, I guess you could say this is sort of like an Isekai world. Yes, the world that he's currently in. So I like that. That's actually some good writing. I'm surprised he's just barely noticed that. Oh man. Whoa. That's actually kind of cool. And that's also a nice little bit too, because if he wouldn't have had Roxanne with him, he would have probably taken him a while to actually figure that out. That's why I thought that's a little neat bit. That whoa, oh, oh, we're gonna get it. I mean, maybe he should only do her once she's inclined of opening up. Oh, I like it's like G. I always love when our characters are like G. It also is like enemy characters can like fucking laser beam something whenever they're staring at something so fucking intently. And I love it. I love it like that. Because I wouldn't have it any other way in these type of anime. Like it was Irigato gozaimasu. And you know what? You know what I like about scenes like this? It sets the mood, actually. Because even though, yes, you could argue there's not a lot of action going on, I actually love symbol sequences like this where you have a main cast of characters just getting to know each other, shopping. It makes the relationship between leads in a series feel much more authentic. Just seeing nice, slow burn moments like this. These are some of the moments I really enjoy by anime like this, because some fantasy isekai anime forget to have slow breathing moments like this. And the issue with anime skipping moments like this is they run the risk of like making the characters just feel like vehicles of the plot instead of characters that actually exist in a living, breathing environment. That's why I like slow burn moments like this. Okay. That's good. At least it's showing you that Roxanne's picking up things on our boy at the very least. Because he's even gathering bits of knowledge too. And then just our boy picking up bits of knowledge from her. Oh my! Oh! 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 Yeah. Of course, it's a good chance it would have stuff like that. You'll never know. People can be quite imaginative, especially when they're by themselves and bored. They can craft some, visually stimulating works of art. Yes, I'll just leave it at that. I'm leaving it at that because it's like the most PG sounding thing. I could see why she'd be doing it why she'd be sitting on the floor, like, considering that that's how she's accustomed to. She's probably used to a master that's much more formal. It really does fit with the sup, Prac Junior. I haven't noticed any spoilers on the opening though, so thankfully, so far the opening hasn't. Oh, that's why you rate the episode? All right. Oh, yes. Oh, she agreed. Oh, I mean, hey, if she doesn't want to be forced, then hey, I think he should at the very least hold off on wanting to do with her at the moment anyway. It's kind of good. It shows you how detail oriented Roxanne is. Hmm. Good. You can help her out. You can even pick up a few things too. Well, oh my. All right, I like how he's a little bit chivalrous there. I mean, he's a young buck, so for a second, oh yeah, I mean, he ain't that slick. He's probably gonna need some observation magic in order to actually be able to get away with looking at her without her noticing. I don't think he's on that level yet. I venture to guess if I was watching this in Crunchyroll, it would have been completely blacked or fogged out. Thankfully, I'm not doing that. Though, for those of you wondering, though, I do use my Crunchyroll account though to take a shot from Harem and Labyrinth from another world and use the Crunchyroll picture as a thumbnail. So that's the only thing Crunchyroll is good for when it comes to this series. Thumbnails. That's pretty much about it. Because since like Crunchyroll's version is like the safe for that's what I'm gonna call it, the safe for work version, then that's pretty much it's gonna be easier to utilize. And plus there's no like oh okay then. I'm sure any amount of pressure she's gonna utilize to be the right type. I'm gonna guess the luxuries in this world. Yeah, I had a feeling those were gonna be luxuries. Oh man, hey, that means he's gotta put in the work so that he can at the very least woo ladies. That's all it means. Nothing to be embarrassed about. But he's gonna watch anyway. He's gonna. Hey, I don't think he's gonna mind any bit of hairiness at all. I mean, hey. It ain't an act of violence unless he were to look against his own free will, then it'd be an act of violence. Hmm. Oh. I like the way he says that. Oh man. I like how he's trying to reassure. Oh man. I like it. Like, Viva Roxanne! Well, technically, he can do the softness with the other hand. Because one of them has the cloth, the other one doesn't. Oh man! Oh. I like how the music sounds a little bit seductive when they're like. "Dun-dun-dun-dun." Oh man. I like that bit of character development because it shows that he does want to make Roxanne happy, though. Even though that sounded kinky as hell, when he's like, I want to make it move as much as possible." He said it with the best of intentions. That's what I love about this series. Like, it can have over the top dialogue, but it works. It works. I haven't seen that. Which show? Raikon and Wolf Team. Is it? I mean, oh, what's up, Juicy Man? Hope you're having a great day right now. But I don't know what series you're. Are you talking about the Spice and Wolf series, Prac Jr.? I am surprised with all that has gone down. His little Johnny hasn't like gone a lightsaber mode yet. I'm actually kind of shocked. Luckily for him, they'll have multiple opportunities to train him. Whoa. Is he gonna actually ask if she wants to have sex? I mean, hey, it makes sense why she'd be nervous. Oh. Oh boy. I don't think Roxanne knows where this could be going. Mm-hmm. Oh my. Woo boy. Oh! Woo! Oh my! I know that they definitely going all out with the kiss sequence here. Oh snap! I like how he says he'll be a little aggressive next time, even though it looks like he's already going full on aggressive. So I'm really curious to know what his definition. I mean, I'm curious to see what his Definitely. Now I'm curious to see how is it gonna be when he's even more crazy than he already is right now. Oh. Woo boy. And I like the detail too on the bed sheets because some H animes, when you have characters doing each other, you sometimes don't get bed sheet movements. Even love his saliva coming out of his mouth. Yo, as a guy who's reacting to 400 hentai, that's the type of detail I like. Yo, the shading is great. You even love how there's even shading on the pillow and the saliva that came out of his tongue. Yes, it looks good. Yo, yo, fuck yeah. Woo! Yes! Go! 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 Yeah! Yes! Yes! Oh, man, that thrust, it has so much power! And the shading. The shade is gorgeous because literally there's like how many layers of shade on Roxanne's skin? 1, 2, 3, 4! You can see little details like sweat, shade under the sweat, lip syncing, detail on the hair. Yo, even sweat coming out of his body. Yo, this is beautiful. Yo, yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that was awesome. All right, this episode. Woo! Yes. I may be biased, but I'm gonna give this episode straight up a 10 out of 10 for that sex scene. That was better than the sex scenes I've seen from most recent hentai. Better than like 95% of them. Sup, Planets, baby. Hope you're having a great day right now. Sup, Frack Jr. Shield robe. What's a shield robe tree? Oh yeah, that was great stuff. Holy cow. And not just that, I love how it's just a plot point when they're gonna go to another labyrinth. But yeah, what's up, Glance, baby? But yeah, oh man. Woo! Alright. Alright. I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10. I mean, holy cow. Of the anime that are not hentai, that was one of the best non-hentai anime sex scenes I've ever seen by far, with the fluidness, the shading. Sup, Toasty? Yeah, yo, you can tell, Toasty, they spent loads of money on that sex scene. Like, as someone who has seen 400 hentai, Toasty, I've reacted to 400 hentai. That's how big my playlist is. I'd say only like 95% of those hentai are inferior to this section here. Only I'd say 20 out of those 400 hentai look better than this. That's how good quality this is. Where I can only say 20 of them at best match or slightly surpasses. That's how amazing this look. Like, holy fucking cow. Like, let me build up why this episode was 10 out of 10 worthy. For one, it does a great job of explaining why Kaga would need someone like Roxanne. Explaining that, yes, Roxanne would have, that's cool little Mojiback Jr. Explaining that Roxanne, she has knowledge of this Isekai world that our boy Kaga is going to need to survive. I like how the episode establishes not just that, but even little minor stuff that our boy learns from Roxanne, like how depending on the type of equipment, it can actually adjust its size. That's kind of cool. Because if our boy didn't have a slave, it'd be like, oh, he wouldn't know that. And not just that, but the previous episodes already sort of justified our boy in buying Roxanne because even though there are some people that have something against the series when it comes to Kaga bought a slave, that's bad. Well, the previous episodes were already kind of justifying it because it's like, yeah, he's in another world. He's gonna need as much firepower as he can muster up to survive in this other world. But now, aside from having that extra firepower, our boy has a lot of extra knowledge too that we wouldn't have privy to due to buying a slave. And also, here is another thing I liked about this. I loved about this episode. Aside from the look at amazing. Something else that I loved about this. Oh, that's a cool. Honestly, practitioner. Yeah, man. The animation here was smoking. That's definitely a proper emoji to describe the situation, practitioner. Now, Juicy Man. Yes, he definitely went full on a Hulk smash mode on her. I'm like, oh man, I loved it. Oh man. But there was more to it than just that, though. Like the way they built the sex scene was organic because love how we were building this series was building up to this a moment. The moment our boy laid eyes on Roxanne, it wasn't just out of nowhere. Like he went through all the effort, through labyrinths. He risked his life to be able to have the opportunity of buying Roxanne so we can fuck her. That's what made this scene so damn good. The build up. It wasn't just that they did each other. It was the lead up to it. The build up to it. And I can already imagine anyone saying, but Anime Caveman, Roxanne, she's doing someone that is to her, she hasn't known for a while. Well, y'all could argue that this series already established that if someone is a slave, they're bound to their owner for the majority of their lives. So it would make sense here why someone like Roxanne would be inclined of having sex with Kaga, because if we break it down, that doesn't seem like something that'd be completely out of an ordinary in this verse. And also, it seemed like she didn't really dislike Kaga, even going by the context of the previous episodes. And this episode did show a bit of character development for her because she was slowly warming up to him. So that's why I felt like the sex scene, it was justifiably done. Yes, you could argue maybe they could have given it maybe a few more episodes of build up, maybe 1 or 2 episodes of build up. Ideally, the best way of doing it would have been like maybe having them go having at least an episode where they journey in a labyrinth, where they are side by side with each other, killing monsters. That probably would have been the way of making this friction even more epic. But you know what? Yes, they didn't do that. But you know what? I like the way they handle things here. That's why I'm still going to give it a 10 out of 10. Yes! They could have had him doing some labyrinth journey first, and that would have made it all the fresher. But at the same time, though, you got to think about it as a perspective, as, you know, someone in the mindset that wants in on the action, you know? And what I mean by action, not like the fighting action, but shooting basketballs inside of a hoop, all NBA player type of action, where it's like someone's gonna probably want to have sex before they go into somewhere dangerous, so that in case they die, they can be like, "Hey, at least I died not a virgin." Not to say that there's anything wrong with dying a virgin. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying someone like Gaga might think that way, just based off the characterization he has received in the previous episodes. So that's why, yes, you could argue maybe it would have been emotionally more gratifying if they would have been through some dangerous action first. You could argue that the way they handled it in this episode was realistic in a sense. So that's why I felt they handled the sex scene well. Not just from a visual standpoint, but everything building up to it. They handle it really well. Aside from the writing being great, though, I do love the fact that this episode did have a bit of character development. We see Kaga learn a little bit more about the Isekai world. We see Roxanne, aside from slowly getting a little bit more comfortable with Kaga, it was nice just getting to see some of like the stuff that obviously Roxanne picked up from being someone else's slave for quite a few years too. Kind of liked that. And another thing I do like about this episode too, aside from the great writing, was the animation and artwork. It was top of the line, especially when it mattered. Voice acting was absolutely incredible. Like you can tell the voice actors and actresses. Like you can tell Taku Yashiro as Kaga, he went all in. But man, Shiori Mikami, woo, man, she killed it as Roxanne. Like that's how incredible the voice performances were. Woo, oh man. And yeah, gotta say, that's why when I think about all these things about this episode, it's straight up, for me at the very least, an easy 10 out of 10. I don't even have to think about it. And yeah, so far, gotta say, this is by far my favorite episode of the series. And man, after this, oh boy, man, I am so hyped for the next one. But anyways, though, right before I go, I'll just say thank you very much to Pratt Jr., Wajusi Man, Glance Baby, and Toasty. Thank y'all very much for commenting on the live chat. And also, thank you to everyone else for also watching my video. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and also be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day or night, everyone. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching my video, and bye-bye, y'all.